I always question whether there are people smarter than me who are doing things better than me. And what does my voice matter, right?
There's absolutely people that are always going to be smarter. I mean, we get to sit down and hang out with people like Gino, and I talk about Gino.
Absolutely.
If you, especially since he was in, I think we were all in Napa together.
Yes.
That's where he showed up last. Because I got to sit at the table with Gino Blafari, CEO of BHHS, and I'm like, man, this guy's got to be, I don't know, 70s.
I think so, yeah.
Right? And he's like taking detailed notes from things that I'm saying, or DJ and Lindsay at the table, just the discussion at the table, detailed notes. Is the dude smarter, more experienced, way further along on the journey than us? Absolutely. But yet learning in reverse from some of the emerging players in the industry. And same thing, is there going to be somebody who's more experienced? Always, right? That's just always going to be the way it is. But it doesn't discount everything that you've built and that you know, and the fact that somebody that maybe has 20 more years of experience and maybe is even smarter, right? However you're going to categorize that, can still learn from you. And then there's obviously 99% of the industry that hasn't accomplished, a tenth of what you have, that can definitely learn from you too.
That's it. Fair statements all around.
Lisa, she won't budge. Look at her. She doesn't even want to budge right now.
It's a fair statement.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can see the body language there. She's like, doesn't mean I want to do content.
Well, but so here's the thing, right? I've been thinking about this since that phone call last week, right?
Yeah.
And in my 5 a.m. call the other day.
Let's talk about the phone call. I called, we're on a call. We're on our check-in in the morning because we have a little accountability check-in a couple times a week. And after I call you and I say, I'm coming to your office, we're going to do a podcast, right? And after the podcast, we're going to do some clips, just like I do them, thought leader clips, speaking to the industry type of content for your social. We're going to do the walkthrough podcast for BAM, and we're just going to like connect with your producer, your marketing peeps, and we're going to take a deep dive on this stuff because you have to go there with how important brand is right now, with how like online leads are dropping. We just had this conversation before the pod.
Yep.
Brand is real important.
1,000%.
So that was the phone call we had, and go ahead.
And so, right, tough love. And I got what it was, right? By virtue of you doing that, it was the exact same moment that you and I had in Dallas in April of 2021. The tough love you gave me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
100,000%. And I knew it when you were saying it because it was the reverse of everything that happened through 2020 and up into April of 2021.
It was you at that moment in Dallas telling me, I know how to recruit 10 times better than you do, meaning me, and I know how to scale, and you haven't done it with your business. You've done it with maybe your content, or we weren't even having a content conversation. Now we're having the reverse where I'm like, right. I know content, you need to be doing it. And you were absolutely right. And that's where the $5,000 bet, which we got to put that clip out there. Is that clip done?
It's being worked on.
All right. I actually had it sitting in my phone because Posnick took the video of me. So I lost this bet. If you don't know the story yet, I lost this bet to Lisa we set it in 2020.
No, it was
2021.
We actually
set it 2021. Yeah, it was a year ago.
It was March or April 1. It started April 1, but we were sitting in Tom's building in March of 2021. The first trip that we all took together after COVID restrictions kind of lifted. And
this is when the real kick came. Like, you got to build a call center, whatever you call it, ISA, SDR. You've got to get your recruiting like to a level where you're treating it like inbound lead activity, right? Where it's that important. You got to scale this thing. You got to build a moat around your business, which is what Tom tells us all the time. And so you set the bet for myself, Tom Toole, Joe Biggs, $5,000 bet. It was genius. It was genius. And listen, when Jill and Tom, they just accept or whatever Lisa says. All right, I accept the bet. Here's a $5,000 bet. If we lose, which was 1,000 transactions from mid-April to mid-April of this year, closing 1,000 deals in that time frame. which at the point we were at, it's like, okay, we're going to close over 500. We're kind of on that trajectory, but 1,000 isn't really, you said it on the 5M call.
It wasn't going to happen.
It wasn't going to happen because there was no ramp up time. It was 30-day ramp up time.
Right.
What are you going to do in 30 days? You know, what are you going to do? Like start interviewing people in 30 days? So yeah, you weren't ever going to get there. And that practicality, I said to Jill and Tom, like, we're not going to have any chance of winning this bet. Oh, don't be such a, you just got to do it. And then when you guys were all kind of giving it to me, I'm like, you know what? You're right. This is called an investment into the future, right? I spent $5,000 on some crappy lead sources throughout my career that have just gone to nothing. And this is actually going to bring me value because it's going to light a fire and that accountability ringing in my head every single day that I'm going to have to face Chinatti and give her this Louis bag, which I did have to do anyways back in Dallas.